Hi, Court here. Today I'm looking at FTL. It's a brand new Kickstarter game that, as you can see by this title screen, was successfully funded and executed. I wanted to do a quick overview of how this game works for anyone who's interested in it, because it's definitely worth a look. FTL is a spaceship simulation real-time roguelike game. The roguelike is a subgenre of role-playing video games, characterized by level randomization and permanent death. So, in FTL, you take on the role of a captain of a starship, trying to get data to a Federation outpost. The trick here is that you only get one life, and that really ups the stakes for your mission. So I'm going to take a quick look at the game itself so you guys can see how it works and whether or not you'd be interested in it. This is more of a let's play than a review, so just sit back and enjoy. So we start out with the default ship. If you play the game a little bit more, you can unlock more ships to play with, and they have different setups of weapons and armor and systems. And you can also unlock different layouts for the ship. As you can see, the crew that we're going to have has to man systems inside the ship, and if they are hurt or die, you can get into deep trouble very quickly. You start out with weapons, piloting systems, door systems, camera systems, medbay, oxygen, shields, engines, and weapons. And here's the crew that you start off with. You can rename these folks to whoever you like, and let's just say that this guy is Court. That's me. Alright, now that I've got my crew customized to exactly who I want them to be, I'm gonna go ahead and hit start. There's two difficulties, easy and normal, and we will get going right now. So the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing Rebel fleet can catch up. And then it gives you a tip about playing the game, and it gives you a different tip every time you start. There's so many things to do in this game that you probably have to die quite a bit to get all the tips, I'm sure. So I'm going to hit continue, and here's the interface for the game. This game is pretty simple, even though it can get complicated during more intense scenarios. Basically, you have your engine power, or not engine, your reactor power, and that powers your shields, your engines, your oxygen, and your medbay. Those are the primary systems, including weapons. And over on this side, we have subsystems like piloting, sensors, doors, which are just as critical to survival, but thankfully don't draw power from the main reactor. Piloting would give a boost to evasion, sensors let you see what's going on in your ship, and doors let you control whether or not the atmosphere is venting in an area, which can be very useful in multiple situations. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next system. Let's start our journey to fly away from the evil rebels. Okay, so I can see that there's a store nearby, a galactic pit stop, and a distress signal coming from this system. So since I'm a good guy, I think I will go over there and check it out. So you just do a little warp jump, and you receive a request. All of our military ships have been destroyed or damaged during the rebellion. However, there have been reports of Mantis war camps only a few jumps from us. Can you help? Ooh, I'm just starting out, and I don't have very much stuff. I only have 15 jumps, 8 missiles, and pretty bad. I only have 1 shield. I'll apologize and decline. There's no way you're crazy enough to want to take on a Mantis warband. Now, the game doesn't actually explain to you what the various races are in any particular fashion. It's very... it lets you figure it out as you play, which is perfectly fine for a roguelike game. You just you keep playing over and over again, and eventually you start to figure out how systems work and how races react and all that sort of stuff. Now, you can control your crew and assign them to work at certain systems. And since I'm not in a fight right now, it actually would be a good idea to set them up. So I'm going to take Jeff here, and I'm going to put him on the shields. And I'm going to take Fred here, and I'm going to put him on weapons. And that way, if we do get into a fight, my weapons will charge a little bit faster, and my shields will stay up a little bit longer, because they know what they're doing. Let's get going. Oh, another distress signal. And it really is the only way I can go, because I have to get to the exit before the rebel fleet finds me. Here we go. Alright. The distress signal is coming from a small space station orbiting an uninhabited planet. Their satellite defense systems are gone haywire, and their repair crew can't approach without being fired on. They're looking for help to fix or disable it. Well, I suppose I could just destroy it from a distance. I don't know if I have very good weapons. Well, for the purposes of this, I will do it for your edification. Let's go ahead and destroy. Ooh, that wasn't good. You fire a few volleys, but aren't able to penetrate their defense system's shields. Its weapons have no trouble piercing yours, though, and you take minor damage before escaping. The station will need to find help elsewhere. Oh, that's too bad for them. Yeah, but as you can see up here, I only have one shield. If I had had more shields, I'm betting I would have done a little bit better on that. And there are two types of scenarios. The ones that you were seeing so far, which are text scenarios, where you have to make decisions, and then there are fighting scenarios where you're actually fighting an enemy ship. So let's go ahead and jump to the next system. Uh-oh. A rebel ship moves in to engage. You attempt to open communications, but realize the futility of that action when you see the ship runs on an AI. Okay, so this is an unmanned ship. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to hit spacebar to pause the game, and I am going to power up my Artemis rockets and my burst laser. As you can see, when I power those up, the engine power goes down. So I no longer have any extra power to give to any other systems that may need it. So if I need to, of course, I can depower a system and gain it back and then repower something else like the engines. But right now we're in a fight, so let's go. Alright, so unpause. My weapon systems are charging. Oh crap, he shot me right in my... Okay, so he just took out one of my subsystems, which is the doors, which allow for remote opening and closing of doors in my ship. That's useful for venting areas that are currently on fire from oxygen and other things, like say an intruder was coming and I could vent the area of oxygen. But since this is taken out, I can't do that anymore. So, but since it's not a critical system, I'm probably okay, so I'm going to keep going. My weapon systems are almost completely charged, so I will go ahead and take my burst laser, and I'm going to target his shields, because I don't want him to have any shields. And I'm going to take my Artemis rocket, and I'm going to target his weapon system. Alright, I took out his weapons completely, as you can see there. His weapon system's retracted, and his shields are down. So I'm going to keep firing on him. I don't want to waste very many rockets, because that could get expensive very quickly. So I'm only going to use my burst laser right now. Alright, that battle went very well for us. I didn't take almost any damage, except for the subsystem there, and I can repair that. Alright, so I'm going to take Jeff here, and I'm going to have him repair the door system. You can actually see the system get repaired down here. The little yellow bar increases over the side of the little square. Alright, and he's finished. I'll put him back on shields, and let's get going. I could visit the store, but I see the rebel fleet over there on the left coming, so I'm going to just head to the exit. This long-range beacon is almost hidden within the nebula. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. So there's nothing going on here, which is good. Good for me. In a nebula, it's actually quite interesting because it knocks out your sensors right here. And it doesn't. You actually can't see any room in your ship, or any room in any other ship. You can't detect almost anything, which can make fighting fires and enemies quite difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next sector. You get to choose which sector you jump to. I'm going to go to... I'll go to an Engi-controlled sector. You have arrived in Engi space. The fall of the Federation has brought tough times for these robotic life forms, but they're usually willing to help. Alright, so that gives you a little idea of one of the races, the Engi. Apparently they are robotic life forms, so that is quite interesting. I did not know that. Alright, so let's get going. You arrive just in time to see an unusually well-armed Engi ship destroying a small pirate craft. A teleporter signal is detected. Intruder on deck! Uh-oh. A young mantis in a charred uniform is teleported onto the deck. He begs for sanctuary from the Engi and offers service in exchange for your protection. The Engi have already traced the teleporter signal and are offering a deal in exchange for the prisoner. Oh, well, I know mantises are bad guys because I've played the game before and I've actually encountered them many times, and they attack you on sight. So I don't know if I should hand him over or not. Extra crew members are quite useful when you're playing this game, because the more people you have on hand, the more people you have to repair systems when they go down. So I think I will side with the fugitive. It probably will pay off more in the long run. Ho! Okay, that is awesome. It was a trap. The mantis sabotages your ship before teleporting away. We're sitting ducks. Well, I'm probably gonna die now. This is really amazing. Okay, let's go. Alright, so I'm gonna pause it right away. My weapon systems are charging, but I'm in deep trouble. Let's see here. Well, my hull doesn't seem as bad as I thought it was going to be. I might actually get out of this alive. While I wait for this to charge, I'm going to go ahead and charge up. Let's see here. I need to take out that drone before I can fire missiles. So I'm going to shoot the drone systems and fire on the shields. Alright. I am doing... Uh-oh, I'm on fire. Okay, so I didn't notice that. But as you can see, Fred knows what he's doing. He's taking damage in there with the fire, but I think he'll be okay. Let's see if I can get off another volley. Alright, I took out their shields. Now, I can't see what's going on inside their ship because I don't have good sensors yet. But they're probably going to send someone in there to repair the shields. Uh-oh, their drone is back online. Alright. Fred took care of that fire. Good job, Fred. I'm going to use my burst laser as soon as it charges up to take out their drone again. And hopefully it'll take out their ship in the process. Alright, I got their hull, and they're gone. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap metal. 2 missiles, 1 drone part, 16 scrap, and a weapon. Nice. Alright, that is very nice. So, as you can see, it's a very interesting game. They made a very simple interface, a very easy to understand approach to running a complicated system like a spaceship. Now I'm out of time, so I won't be able to show you how to level up your ship or change systems around, but it runs fairly simply, much the same way you add power to systems in this game. So, anyway, you can find this on Steam for $10 or at ftlgame.com. I'll catch you guys next time.